Here on HSN. My name's Adam Freeman, your host. Wherever you are, I hope you are safe and well. I do want to take a moment to applaud and thank all the amazing medical professionals, the doctors, the nurses, everybody in the healthcare industry that is doing incredible work, helping us, and we appreciate you so, so much. And to all the teachers out there as well, we've never known quite how amazing you are until we have to try and teach them ourselves. So we appreciate you as also. We want to spend this hour dedicating really to you and your health and wellness. We have an amazing opportunity with the incredible Andrew Lessman as an encore to our today's special of Essential One, the foundational multivitamin, the one I take every single day. The whole hour is jam-packed with monthly specials and so much more. But first and foremost, I want to welcome on in Andrew himself. Andrew, joining us live via Skype. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, Adam. How are you?
I'm safe and well, thank goodness. It's been a week since I saw you. A lot's happened in the past week. It's still interesting times that we're in.
It's fascinating times, and it's, as I started saying this a couple of months ago, it's all up to us. I mean, there was an opportunity a few months ago to potentially intervene before we became more like Italy than South Korea or Singapore. And unfortunately now we're closely following in the footsteps of Italy. So the power resides with us as individuals, and thank goodness for all the healthcare workers out there who really put themselves in harm's way. I mean, my dad was in the hospital for a few weeks, and I really got a sense of what a stress and strain this places healthcare workers under. So we all owe an enormous debt of gratitude for the folks who are working on our behalf.
Well, Andrew, one of the things that I know a lot of us are trying to do is help ourselves, and taking a multivitamin every day certainly helps give our body some of the things it so desperately craves, and for so many of us, not delivering in other ways.
Well, as I always say, it all starts with a quality diet. And what defines a healthy diet are the nutrients in that diet, the vitamins and minerals. So whatever supplementation regimen, whatever compounds you might take or might be your favorites, there's nothing that makes those favorites perform better than the foundation provided by a multivitamin, multimineral. And our multivitamin, multimineral isn't like the typical multivitamins at all, in that, first of all, it will be easy to swallow, it will never upset your stomach. And then we focus on key nutrients like vitamin D and vitamin B12. And unlike typical multivitamins, we give you the levels you would want to get if you were buying them separately. So if you were buying a separate vitamin D, you'd probably look for 1,000 or 2,000 IU. Our multivitamin has 2,000 IU. If you were buying a separate B12, you'd first of all look for methylcobalamin, and you'd find it nowhere. It's the natural form, but sadly it's not available in typical stores or typical supplements. But you'd be looking for levels between, say, 50 and 250 micrograms at least, and we give you 250 micrograms. Each ingredient follows basically the same script, and we make sure that you're not just getting a product that gives you your minimum requirements, but gives you the things that you would be looking for and at the levels you would seek them if you were buying them separately.
Well, Andrew, so many of us who've been taking different multivitamins, you know, for a long time on different brands, Centrum and One A Day, the one reason why I switched over to this, to your point, is because of the levels that it delivers and the integrity and quality of the ingredients. I mean, it really is, you know, we say it's not even fair to compare. It is the world's finest multivitamin. If you look at the others, there is no comparison.
Truly, I always say, and I specifically when I was talking about this product originally, I had always said that it's, you know, I'd say compares to our competition, but there really, in this domain, there really isn't any competition. The nature of how we go about producing this product, the absence of additives, and we don't need to burden our body with artificial colors and binders and fillers and lubricants and all those other things. The only things you find in this product are the things you want, the things you're seeking, and that's the vitamins you seek, the minerals you seek, and also the carotenoids, the lutein, the lycopene, the zeaxanthin. You won't find a single multivitamin in any store, retail supermarkets, things like that, discount stores, that contains lutein, lycopene, and zeaxanthin, all three. So it truly is unique from a formula standpoint. It's unique from an experience standpoint. No additives. It will not upset your stomach. It will be easy to swallow. And of course, the price, which was our today's special price. So we've never done this before. because of these extraordinary events going on around us and because of the importance of a multivitamin to general nutrition and general health, we preserve the Today Special price. And thanks to everyone at ProCaps Labs, we still are managing to maintain a stock of this. It's way beyond what we anticipated, but back in January, we anticipated that there might be an increased demand because of worldwide events. So we started planning on this back in January. Pity our government didn't follow the same playbook, but we are maintaining. I don't feel comfortable raising any of our prices, even between visits during this event. So we kept the Today Special price. Last month's monthly specials, we've kept our monthly special prices, so we've changed nothing at all in that regard. And
I want to share that with you, if I may. 50, 100, 200, or 400 capsules. The Today's Special pricing is absolutely active. So for the largest size, which if you're taking one per day, we're looking at $79.90. So you're saving more than you're spending. Andrew, just before we wrap it up, I love this next chart that shows you some of the individual ingredients and the pricing you could expect to pay for them at these levels.
And those are 5 ingredients out of more than 2 dozen. And by the way, lutein, lycopene, zeaxanthin, most expensive ingredients, we didn't even include them there.
Right.
So just 5 out of more than 2 dozen, out of more than, I think, 25. And you're looking at 3 times the Today Special price. So the Today Special offers incredible savings, less than 20 cents a day. You could be spending 20 cents a day just for the separate vitamin D or the separate B12. But you're getting that and you're getting all of the other 2 dozen nutrients as well. So it's an incredible value. And as I said, we all have our favorites. It might be CoQ10. It might be echinacea golden seal. It might be omega-3s. Whatever the ingredient is that is your favorite, a multivitamin, multimineral breathes life into it. It is the foundation of sound nutrition. It is the often all too lacking nutrients in our diet that defines a healthy diet or an unhealthy diet, unfortunately, by their absence. And our Essential One makes them available to you without stomach upset in their most active forms and also at levels that are truly meaningful and not just minimum levels.
And as you just saw, this isn't a rock-hard tablet either. This is something that is easy on the stomach, as Andrew said. Andrew, we're going to move along to our next item. Final words on Essential One.
And just as you were pointing out, it's an ultra-fine powder. I think some people have become and grown afraid of what multivitamins are. And if you read the reviews of typical products, they're hard to swallow. They're rock-hard tablets. Swallowing rocks is not going to feel good. This is an ultra-fine powder in a soft capsule. It's designed to not just give you all the benefits you seek, but to eliminate every conceivable problem or negative review that any multivitamin has ever received.
We love our Essential One. I take mine every single day. I would not be without it. Well, this hour, we're also going to be wrapping up.
By the way, also, Adam, I just want to, if my dad is watching at home, my dad was discharged from the hospital.
Oh, thank
goodness. My dad is watching from home, I just want to say, Dad, I love you and get well soon. I hope you're feeling well.
We love you, Dad. So he's doing well, Andrew?
He's doing well. My dad's 90. We just celebrated his 90th birthday in January. So we don't recover quite as well when we're on our 10th century, our 10th decade. So almost hitting a century. So yeah, he's doing well. But I am who I am thanks to him. So it definitely is not fun to see him not doing as well. But he'll get better.
Well, our thoughts are with him. We send him our love as well and best. He must be an amazing man. That's all I can say.
He is indeed.
One of the things, Andrew, that you've always talked about is your oatmeal and oat bran. This month we were featuring it as our monthly special. Of course, the month is basically up, so this is your kind of last chance to be able to get it at special pricing. Delicious and nutritious and organic and gluten-free. Andrew, a lot of us right now are excited about any food options that can be delivered to our door, especially ones that are healthier for us.
Well, for 2 reasons. I know today I picked up, my mom had a big frozen turkey. I picked up a big frozen turkey at her house.
Right.
And my mom is, she was just 87 actually yesterday, but she wasn't really, because we're going to celebrate after this is all done. So we're being very careful. So I picked up this frozen turkey, and Muriel's going to cook it up, and I'll bring it back to her cooked. But it's difficult for so many of us, because if we're over the age of 60 or 70, whatever it might be, and certainly if we have other, what they call comorbidities, if we have other underlying health issues, we must be careful. Going to the supermarket, you don't have to make that a heroic act. If someone you know can do that shopping for you, or if you get something delivered to your home, that's the ideal way to stay safe. And this will be over. It might seem like it's a long time, but it will be over before you know it. That's how, in retrospect, it's a blink of an eye. At the time, it's like school when I was, anytime I was in school. I was going to pick an age, but anytime I was in school, time passed very slowly. And when you're in the midst of something like this, time does pass slowly. But there's no reason to take risks, so we want to be careful, and to the extent we can get things shipped directly to us, especially our oatmeal is unlike any oatmeal you'll find anywhere in any store, in that it has much more powerful cholesterol-lowering properties than any oatmeal available anywhere. No other oatmeal is even close to this product. Plus, it's organic and it's gluten-free. Most oatmeal is not gluten-free. Most oatmeal isn't even organic.
Right.
Certainly not both. So our oatmeal, it's going to be the freshest and most delicious oatmeal you've ever tasted. We have very limited amounts. I think we already are out of oat bran, but we still have oatmeal. But oatmeal is always 4 or 5 times more popular than oat bran. And our oatmeal, as I said before, you read the reviews, and folks, of course, they comment on the cholesterol-lowering benefits, but I think 80–90% of the reviews is on how uniquely delicious our oatmeal is.
Well, Andrew, the great thing is the pricing is so affordable. In 180 servings is just $89.90. Again, they're on FlexPay as well. Please know, as Andrew would tell you, we would love you to taste it and try it and cook with it. You actually have, Andrew, 90 days right now with our new return policy.
You read my mind. I was just going to say that everything is, and it's something I've always wanted to do for a long time. And so HSN is now doing that 90-day money-back guarantee. If you don't love it, you send it back. But it'll be the best oatmeal you've ever had. I mean, and one of the major reasons why, we are really a small, we have a very, this is not our most popular product. So we bring in very small amounts. Because it's organic and gluten-free, the company that makes it for us basically makes small amounts. So it's like small, short run, it's like custom oatmeal.
Right.
So that's, and then of course the plant sterols that we add that lower cholesterol even more than oatmeal on its own, just enhances its taste and texture. So it's an opportunity to get just a very unique oatmeal experience. And as I said, it's not a little bit better in terms of lowering cholesterol than regular oatmeal. It is a lot better. It is multiple times better than the typical oatmeal product. Well,
even though it's wrapping up for the month of March, I can tell you at the end of this hour, we're actually going to be launching the April specials, including Andrew's world-famous CoQ10. So stick around towards the end of our hour. In about half an hour or so, we'll be launching CoQ10 as well as some other things. I do want to spend a moment here because it's one of Andrew's newer products. A lot of great feedback for helping to combat stress, promote relaxation, attention, and focus without drowsiness. Andrew, I was really intrigued about your story about theanine, because isn't this from the tea? Is that correct?
It's funny. It's sort of a coincidence that we introduced this product now, because what theanine is really all about, it's a natural way to create a calming effect without drowsiness. There's things like valerian. We have a valerian product that's a great way for calming, but unfortunately it comes with drowsiness. It's better to take before you go to sleep. Although lots of folks I know rely, including Muriel, she loves theanine at the end of the day because she finds it calming and easier to go to sleep. But theanine, the way I discovered theanine initially, I'm someone that if you gave me a tiny little espresso coffee, I'd be bouncing off the walls.
Right.
But I could drink a quart of green tea, and meaning that green tea has much more. It probably has 10 times the caffeine of that little tiny espresso. Why can I drink a quart of green tea without having any stimulating effect that's uncomfortable at all? But that little espresso has me bouncing off the walls. And the answer is the word you're looking at on the screen. It's theanine. And theanine is an amino acid. But it's not an amino acid that is a structural protein. It's an amino acid that's really only found in substantial quantities in green tea, in tea itself, highest levels in green tea. And so for me, what I've now learned to do, if I'm going to have an espresso before I go for a run or a hike or a bike ride, because that espresso will get me going for exercise. I'll take a theanine at the same time because it exerts that calming effect. But what it also does, theanine, it's great if you have work to do, if you have to write something. Again, for exercise, it's great because it gives you that focus. And if you're looking for something that's both calming and gives you that focused attention span, and there's been great clinical studies looking at the effect on our brain waves, so this is not something that's just subjective, but they have objective data where they're looking at how it affects our brains. So it's a wonderful natural tool. It passes through the blood-brain barrier, so it delivers its benefits directly to the brain, and it's nothing more than a simple amino acid. It's just an amino acid that's not present in structural protein, because we have, of course, our muscles, structural protein in our body. There's a couple of dozen amino acids, including about 8 essential amino acids. And then, of course, those amino acids make up enzymes. Those amino acids make up things like hemoglobin, insulin, but you will not find theanine in any of those structures or tissues or cellular structures within our body. You will uniquely find theanine in green tea, and it's just a remarkable property, especially now, because we need to be present.
Right.
We need to really be present to deal with what we're dealing with. But to the extent something can help us relax without numbing us out, without taking us away, because we might have to watch our kids at home, because our kids aren't at school or whatever other things are going on. We might feel like tearing our hair out of our head for whatever reasons, or whoever it is nearby. This is a nice way to stay present, but exert a calming effect. And it's something that I looked online. I was actually surprised because we only introduced this a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
There's already 2 reviews, and both of them we're sort of used to this, and both of them are 5-star reviews.
Well, the pricing is so affordable as well, which is always exciting. I mean, we're at $49.90 for the largest size, so really effective. Obviously, we're seeing that in the reviews coming through. And to Andrew, your point, you know, at this moment in time, it might be the kids being home, it might be because we're watching the news, and I think that we tend to watch too much news. Might be our
spouse. Oh, well, the news. Well, it might be our spouse that we love, but we're not used to spending quite that time in close proximity to one another. I must say that there are 2 people, they're not people, the 2 folks that are benefiting the most from all of this, Lincoln and Marcel. They are so excited. In fact, today when I walked out the front door, they looked at me like, where are you going? Why are you leaving us? Don't you live here with us all the time now? So, but otherwise, I think this is a change. Change is stressful. And as I said before, we have to be disciplined about our smartphone use. We have to be disciplined about watching the news on TV. You need to spoon feed it just so you're aware of the things you need to know in terms of, in fact, next weekend, we have our shows next weekend, and we'll be Skyping in our shows next weekend. And when I was about 10 or 11 years old, my uncle, who was a cardiothoracic surgeon at Johns Hopkins Hospital. And when I was 10 or 11 years old, I remember him teaching me how to properly wash your hands as if you're going to do heart surgery.
Right.
So imagine whenever I was getting ready for dinner or whatever, I was washing my hands like a heart surgeon. So I would take a couple of minutes washing my hands. So it's something that always stayed with me. And then in school, of course, we had to learn how to sterilize and do all those things. So I had a head start. So if everybody likes what I'll do when we shoot next weekend, I'll do a quick little lesson on my own personal way that I learned, because it's hard to remember exactly how to do it, but I found a way to learn how to do it so you remember all the little steps along the way to wash your hands perfectly, which, by the way, you don't have to use all the fancy disinfectants with chemical disinfecting agents or alcohol and things. If you have water, soap and water is brilliant. It does everything you need to do.
Oh, that's great. I mean, Andrew, it's great information. We appreciate it so much. We appreciate this time that we get to spend with you. I mean, the reality is we're all, we're inside, we're thinking, our minds are working overtime. Something like theanine gives us, as you say, a little chance to relax. Would you take it as and when needed, or one a day, or how would you do it?
It's a little more than a dime a capsule, so of course it's not expensive, but some folks like it at the end of the day. I would recommend, for me, I tend to use it if I have any caffeine before I go exercise, or if I have a task, if I have to write something. That's when I really like to focus and have the best attention span. So I use it less for calming, because I tend to be pretty calm.
Right.
I use it more for its focused benefits. So once you experience it, you'll see how it works for you. For me, I love it. Just gives me sort of a centered feeling and enables me to focus.
Well, it is available for you at fabulous pricing, as is our next item, circulation and vein support. There is not enough time or hours in the day to go over the hundreds and thousands of reviews, over 2,400 perfect 5 stars. You talk about seeing a difference, feeling a difference in 30 days. Andrew, this is a product that is a go-to for so many of our customers.
It's one of those, it's often referred to as the desert island product.
Yes.
It's often talked about being the product that is the most unexpected in terms of the fact that it works and the degree to which it does work. I figured we'd talk about it when I put together the products for the hour tonight. I was looking at products, and we'll see some of the ones I chose for later on in the hour, like bean and veggie gas relief and Breath Plus, because we're in close proximity at home, maybe too much close proximity. But a lot of us can't exercise as much. I mean, it's very difficult. A lot of places that we might otherwise go, the gym or wherever, to exercise, those might be closed. So when we're not exercising enough and we're sitting around more, nothing is more challenging for the circulation in our feet, ankles, and calves than becoming less active. So I thought this is a very, very important product because it then affects our sleep. If our legs get restless at night, or they feel agitated or nervous or tingling or muscle spasms. And the last thing we want at times like this is to struggle with our sleep, because our sleep is probably at the very top of the list in terms of things that are necessary to support a healthy immune system. So circulation vein support, there's no product like it. Visible difference, tangible difference, a difference you'll see, and now it's just, often there's a graphic up there on the screen that says in 30 days. You have 90 days. You have ample time to see just how incredible this product will perform.
There's truly never been a better moment to give you that length of experience that we're able to offer tonight. We know the reviews are golden. We know the response that people have had to this. It's been so positive. I tell Andrew every time, it's the one product that when my mom comes over, she fills her suitcase taking Andrew Lessman circulation and vein support back, and that's because of the integrity, the potency of this. And Andrew, many folks don't realize, but this formula that you're offering in 2020 is not the same formula that you were offering a decade ago.
No, it bears little resemblance. Of course, the key ingredient is there, but we've increased the potency of that key ingredient by 20%. And then we've added several other ingredients to the formula to make it just the most comprehensive circulation product. I mean, horse chestnut is something we added. Horse chestnut is standalone in a lot of formulas. Butcher's broom, standalone in a lot of formulas. Diosmin, the most important ingredient in this formula, it's hard to find. And our diosmin is granulated in a special way to increase its activity. But our product, you get all the comprehensive benefits of all of these ingredients. There truly is nothing like it. And even if you think as you've gotten older that your circulation is amazing, your veins look incredible, your legs look incredible, you will still be astounded at the difference this product can make. It literally allows you to roll back the clock, the calendar.
Well, our pricing is a special purchase pricing with extra special savings. Of course, free shipping and handling. You can choose a 30, a 60. There's also a 180 or a 360. The 360, you get the biggest savings.
And just quickly, because of the changes we've made in the granulation of diosmin, in the addition of horse chestnut, the levels of butcher's broom that we're using, all of these positive changes, this has always been and still is, I take 2 capsules a day, and that's what I recommend everyone can take. But if your budget only permits 1 capsule, you will still, originally I would have said 1 capsule, you might not notice the same difference, but I think for most people, 1 capsule will deliver the difference. 2 capsules is best, but 1 capsule still makes it extremely affordable if it's a budget that prevents you from taking 2 capsules.
It's available, circulation and vein support. Try it. You've got 90 days, not only to feel the difference, but to see the difference as well. If you have some spare time or you want some good reading material, please read the reviews. Some of them will make you emotional. Many of them will make you emotional. Real life reviews that show you how great a product it is. Well, talking of great products, maybe you're going to take advantage of this time at home to, we had some fitness equipment on earlier. Maybe you want to invest in yourself and you're looking to maybe lose a little weight, feel a little healthier when we come out of this. As Andrew said, we're going to come out of this. This is secure. It is the world's most nutritious and delicious meal replacement ultra low calorie. It's brilliant. And in flavors that are genuinely irresistible, we have our chocolate and of course vanilla, the pina colada. Andrew, we love this item.
Oh, they're especially now, they're very proud. I was just going to say, can you pull up on that bag, the big bag in front of you? Because it looks like Cure. so we're not selling the Cure for anything tonight. We're simply offering you Secure, which is the most affordable, the lowest calorie, the most delicious meal replacement. And I learned, what do they call it? The school of hard knocks. What do they say? We learn from our errors. So my original meal replacement, starting over 30 years ago, it was technically every bit as good as this meal replacement, but it got terrible feedback. And when finally things were reviewed on the internet, it still got terrible reviews on the internet. And it wasn't until I paid attention to the reviews and made the product go away, and we went back to the drawing board. And what I realized is a meal replacement is more than the science, more than the nutrients, more than the quality of protein. A meal replacement, you really need to focus on flavor and texture and mouthfeel. So what I then did is I went to the folks who focused on flavor, texture, and mouthfeel for those fast food restaurant shakes, for the coffee restaurant shakes. So what I simply did is I went to the folks that specialize in that, and of course, we do it without having hundreds, if not more than 1,000 calories. We do it with a little over 60 calories per serving. And the calories, to give you a sense of how much we invest in flavor, the calories are different in each flavor because the flavor components are such an enormous part of the product that they actually change the caloric content. That's how much the flavors contribute to the weight and the substance of the product. But again, as we were talking about before with oatmeal, for a lot of us, it's unwise. It's not a good idea for us to go into stores. It might be our age. It might be underlying health conditions. Again, if we have underlying cardiovascular, cardiopulmonary issues, things like that, we want to be careful. We want to be careful anyhow. And as we get older, we want to be even more careful. So it's an opportunity for us to send a product that gives you a secure source of nutrition, vitamins, minerals, and also it will support your weight loss plan, which I think maybe if we leave this period of relative confinement, if we leave it a little healthier, a little thinner, so much the better.
And I know, Andrew, you just spoke to it, but I really want to just emphasize, whether you're choosing vanilla or chocolate or my favorite, which is the pina colada, it is outrageously amazing. So many of these meal replacements, Andrew, that you buy, they just don't taste great. So many of us give up on even trying to take them.
Yeah, I think that's the problem with most meal replacements, is that unfortunately, the people who make them, they never taste them, they don't use them. They're big companies. They don't taste them, they don't use them, and they don't read all their feedback. I mean, if I'm reading the reviews and I read a bad review, and maybe it'll discourage people from leaving bad reviews, or if you leave a bad review, just as my mom, as I used to always say to my mom, if you don't have anything nice to say, my mom used to always say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it.
Right.
But my response to my mom is, well, sometimes you have to say not nice things, but you can always say them nicely.
Yes.
So I love the feedback. I love the criticism because it helps me do what we do better, but just please say it nicely. So I'm sensitive. I take these products very seriously. I invest my life in these products. So, but that feedback, and there were some pretty nasty reviews about the flavor in the past, that feedback is what transformed this product. It went away for several years. And then it came back I'd say about 13 or 14 years ago, it came back. Yeah. And it came back, and it's been a customer pick ever since, because it came back with all the flavor know-how that's used to make those horribly unhealthy fast food shakes. Right. We used it to make our wonderfully healthy and delicious Secure shake.
Well, it may taste amazing. You won't believe that it's about 63 calories. You won't believe that it's around $1 per meal, which is phenomenal. And also, you won't believe there are 3,000 plus 5-star reviews. 100 meals is $79.90, all the way down to 10 meals, which is $14.90. You've got 90 days. So give this a go. Try it. Experience it. If you're looking to lose weight, please try Andrew's Secure Meal Replacement. We know you're going to love it. We're going to head over this way to our next item.
One more quick thing,
please, Andrew,
Adam, on Secure. Just one more quick thing. To let everyone know the flavors. The chocolate is incredible. We employ four different sources of chocolate. The same with the coffee. It's real coffee. We use multiple coffee flavors to accomplish that. The vanilla is just a delicious, we call it our creamy French vanilla.
Yes.
And then our pina colada, which is pineapple, coconut, it's just incredible. It's become our new most popular flavor. So all four flavors are available. I think our berry might even be available too.
Yeah, because I don't think we've got everything out there, but that's great to know that they are available as well.
Great.
Please, there's the mixed berry. Great, so we do have some mixed berry available.
And in the two largest sizes, actually in the three sizes, less than $1 a meal. So it really is incredibly affordable to get all that nutrition, the protein, and it's delicious and filling. So not only will you save calories, you'll save money because it's less expensive than any meal.
Try it. We know you're going to love it. It's a fabulous, fabulous way to go. Especially in times like this. Again, it's going to be a food, as it were, delivered direct to your door with no hassle and free shipping and handling. Talking of food, while we're trapped inside, a lot of us are snacking more and eating more. What's next on the menu? What about we show our body a little love with some Digest Assure? This is a powerful product, Andrew. We love Digest Assure on HSN.
Well, it's a powerful product because it's 100% pure enzymes. And when it comes to digestion, we need enzymes. That when you think about the foods we eat, we cook them under extreme heat, we do all these things to them. Those foods don't break down into their basic molecules. But the moment we put them in our body, we start chewing on them, saliva starts working on them, and then the acid and proteolytic enzymes and other enzymes start breaking it down in our body. So even though our body is only about 98 degrees Fahrenheit, our body has the ability to break all of these different diverse foods that we put into it. Our body can break it down into its constituent molecules, and that's the only way we could absorb nutrition from foods is by breaking them down into their constituent molecules. Enzymes are the key. Our body secretes enzymes, but as we get older, our body's ability to provide the enzymes necessary to do that work, we struggle with that. We suffer. And the consequences are of not digesting things completely or fully. It's indigestion, not digesting. So Digest Assure is an incredibly simple and straightforward product. And the reason why it gets such incredible reviews is because it's just purely and simply the enzymes necessary to do that digestive work.
600 5-star reviews. I want to go over the pricing as well. Please know that Andrew makes all of these in his solar-powered facility in fabulous Henderson, Nevada. So when you're placing your orders, these are made for you. Andrew, it's really important. I mean, the pricing is amazing. These are vitamins that don't sit on a shelf. These aren't just promotional pricing to move units. When you order, you're getting vitamins that I suppose no other word for it. They're much more fresh. Absolutely. When you think of products, and that's why originally when I started my company, and I wrote a memo today to everyone at the company, we're all kind of isolated. And when you look at how products are distributed, back when I started my company in 1979, no one was offering vitamins really direct, or very few companies, I think maybe some multi-level companies back in 1979. But I was aware of how vitamins are distributed, going to retailers and warehouses and whatnot, and I just refused to make a product that I wasn't going to be able to control its distribution until, as hard as we work to make a product as unique and special as our products are, the last thing I was going to do is place it into unpredictable hands. Right. So all of these products go directly from my factory where we make everything. We make all of the products and it goes from my factory directly to HSN. And in most cases, say the products we're talking about tonight or the products we'll talk about next weekend when we do our shows, because our shows are still going forward. They're going to be Skyped in, but they're still going forward. That when we make those products, the products are being shipped to you literally within days or just a couple of weeks of our having manufactured them. So that's probably fresher than most things you're seeing in grocery stores. I mean, that's crazy, and it's wonderful to know. It's wonderful to know that it's all pure, that it's all real, additive, filler, binder-free, nothing artificial, as it were. And there's the fine powder as I open up a capsule so you can see it. And that's easy on the stomach.
That's among the finest powders we make, because if you blow on that atom, everyone can see how it'll just disappear. And it has to be a super fine powder, because think about it. What kind of sense does it make taking a digestive product that's a tablet, you have to digest the tablet to help with digestion. That makes no sense. So this is an ultra fine powder because it needs to distribute itself immediately into your digestive contents so it could help with the digestive work. So that's the basic common sense of how this product is made and why, again, it gets virtually perfect reviews.
Take advantage of the savings and again, give it a go. And I encourage you. We're showcasing maybe 10 products in this hour, but if you go to hsn.com and search Andrew Lessman or vitamins or supplements, they'll all come up for you and it'll give you a great idea as to Andrew's incredible history on this network.
And by the way, normally between visits, the assortment is at HSN price.
Yes.
Nothing is at HSN price today in terms of my products. Everything is at its special purchase price. Even our Essential 1 multivitamin from our Today Special at the beginning of the month, that's still at its Today Special price. We're keeping our prices down and we're not raising them until everything goes back to normal.
That's wonderful. It's wonderful.
So,
thank you, Andrew. No, it means a lot. It means a lot. And again, our thoughts and prayers with everybody affected, and certainly big salute to all of the healthcare professionals out there who are just working tirelessly. We appreciate you so much. One of the things that I think this is giving us all a chance to do is spend a little time reflecting on ourselves and our loved ones, and maybe look after ourselves a little bit more. When you're not getting enough fiber, things are not running the way they should. Many of us are deficient, and a lot of fiber products get a big bad rap because most fiber products, Andrew, are not so nice.
They're kind of nasty to use. Many of them that you see are not natural, even though they claim to be fiber, and you'd think fiber, it's got to be natural. But they're processed fibers. The ones that create these clear drinks are generally processed fibers that are not the fiber you want to be consuming and are not going to give you the benefits that you're seeking from fiber. And that's why the first word up there, we put natural. Normally that goes without saying, but because there's so many fiber products on the market that are not, we figure it's important, or I figure it's important to emphasize that. Also, on the second line there, it says enjoyable. It seems strange, and again, you see the ultrafine powder, because fiber, to do what it's going to do on your behalf, needs to be able to immediately distribute itself into your digestive contents. Again, our fiber product is an ultra fine powder, just like dust. It's not even like it's right. Literally like dust, and just is incredibly, it absorbs moisture, and that's how it does its work. It distributes itself among your digestive contents and absorbs moisture, and it allows your body to enjoy the benefits of fiber, which is stimulating toward the musculature of your digestive system, because the migrating motor complex, peristalsis, the things that define movement through your digestive system, that's what fiber is, a critical, essential ingredient. And again, the reason why I thought fiber mucil was important, we're spending more time at home, we're changing our routine. Usually when we change our routine, it's travel. But now we're changing our routine because we're spending too much time at home, or we're just doing things differently. So oftentimes the first thing that suffers when we change our routine is our regularity. So fiber, it's just 1 or 2 capsules with each meal. It's well under a dime a capsule, so it's pennies a capsule. So it's a great way to get natural quality fiber that will make a difference, you will notice.
And Andrew, not getting the correct amount of fiber in our diet, that has multiple knock-on effects, doesn't it, within our whole body?
Oh, it can have a huge number of effects. First of all, our microbiome, our friendly flora, and of course our ultimate friendly flora product is available. I'm not going to be talking about it tonight, but even our immune factors is available, our standalone vitamin C is available, our vitamin C with B complex is available. I'm trying to sort of avoiding those products. They have a life of their own right now, so it's not really, doesn't really warrant my speaking about them.
Right.
And I want to avoid any implication that somehow, and a lot of companies are out there trying to make it seem that certain products are magical while we're dealing with this. The only magic we really possess is following the guidance we're receiving, get plenty of sleep, hydrate well, doing the things we know we ought to do. That's sufficient. That's the magic that exists. Now, and when it comes to fiber, if we want to have a healthier microbiome, if we want to be more regular, and certainly there's the gut-brain axis, then making sure we have adequate fiber in our diet is a start. And not being regular is kind of the start of a not very good day. So to the extent we could be regular, it starts our days off that much better.
Pricing is 60 through 1,000 caps. So we do have the 1,000 caps available. Biggest savings, obviously, saving $40. So it's at $89.90. Try it. We know you'll love it. Nearly 1,000 5-star reviews. The best fiber product out there today. Like it says in the graphics, gentle and enjoyable, easy and effective. Words you never really knew about a fiber product exist with this. As we head over to our next item, one that very rarely gets airtime, one that I love. It's called Breath Plus. It is the world's best natural solution for fresh breath. 1 or 2 per day. You've never tried anything like it. Andrew, I say that you really cracked the code with this one. There's so many breath freshening products out there to help with, confidence if you're going on a date or going for a business meeting or just being social with people. Your breath freshener is all natural and it works.
Well, the way it works, we still have to pay attention, of course, to oral hygiene. But once we pay attention to oral hygiene, we could have the cleanest mouth in the world. If we have garlic or onions or even coffee or, say, alcohol in our stomach, then the odor of those things, because our stomach is only a little bit more than a foot away from our mouth, you're going to be smelling those things as well. So Breath Plus works internally. It's a natural internal breath freshener. It works great also for morning breath, because oftentimes morning breath is what's going on in sort of an empty stomach first thing in the morning. So Breath Plus is just the perfect, it's sort of the perfect partner to oral hygiene in terms of having fresh breath. Also for me, I don't take Breath Plus for breath freshening. I take it every single day. But the reason why I take it every single day, it's going to sound like a strange reason, is peppermint oil, spearmint oil, and parsley seed oil. Beyond their breath freshening benefits, and many of us, I love fresh peppermint tea. We make our wonderful peppermint tea, and I drink it every day. Peppermint is rich in protective compounds. So these incredibly concentrated oils, these extracted oils, again, spearmint oil, peppermint oil, and parsley seed oil, these incredibly concentrated oils exert their own independent protective benefits. So for me, I'm not taking it for fresh breath. I'm taking it because of the richness of protective compounds that these wonderful natural foods provide.
Well, pricing is really cost effective. I mean, stock up on these, again, 1 or 2 per day. I normally do 1 or sometimes 2, but it's $59.90 even for the largest size. It's a joy to use. I mean, really it is. Free shipping and handling, and it works so remarkably well. That's what's so special about it. And as it says in the graphics, Andrew, it's really working from the inside out. You just have more confidence when you use it, and knowing that it's an all-natural solution just adds so much more.
Right, and I also figured, I mean, these are not meaning to make light of what we're all experiencing here, and to the extent we can, you really got to follow the guidance, even if your state is not yet telling you that you need to stay at home. We watch how this has moved around the world, and then if we, to the extent we can, stay at home.
Yes.
Follow all the guidance, because it's something that the places that were once safe, eventually, if you're not being careful, become like places like New York or Washington State or things like that. So we really want to be careful. But again, not to make light of it, but we're spending a lot of time in rather close quarters. So I thought Breath Plus was an opportunity for us perhaps to make those quarters a little bit more pleasant.
Very considerate of you, for Andrew, I have to say. Because as you said, we're trapped in with everybody. Where are the dogs tonight? Where's Lincoln and Marcel?
Oh no, what we're doing here is Lincoln and Marcel, a long time ago, I had gotten a home that I was going to move into. I was going to move into for years, and I never moved into it. And so we're using this, it's perfect. It's a vacant home. So what better place to do this Skype broadcast than from a vacant home? But they'll be here, they'll come with me on Saturday and Sunday. So the dogs will be there, of course.
I was going to say, Andrew, it looks wonderful. It's a perfect backdrop that you've got there. Great lighting. It's like you're here in the studio with me.
It's an empty home. It's a home studio, literally, because there's no one living here.
Well, we're excited to have Andrew with us, as we always are. There's a big Today special coming up in just a few days. Still to come, we're going to launch our April monthly specials, including CoQ10. CoQ10 lovers, if you're running low, tonight is the night to pick up. But talking beauty of spending time together. Again, being thoughtful, just a couple minutes here, Andrew, but bean and veggie gas relief, this also gets rave reviews. People are very thankful for this product. Maybe it's a polite way to say it.
It's another product that I figured was an appropriate product, as long as we're going to spend a lot of time kind of shut in with our loved ones. And we want to, of course, still consider them our loved ones when all of this is done. And this too shall pass. It absolutely shall pass. It's just something that has to now run its course. And to the extent we follow all the right guidance, it will run its course that much more quickly. But bean and veggie gas relief, hopefully we're eating healthy. Muriel and I love to eat healthy. We love things like garbanzo beans and hummus and soybeans. I love my edamame. Edamame are healthy for a man's prostate. So we eat lots of foods that are ordinarily could be gassy foods. The healthiest fruits, the healthiest vegetables, certainly cruciferous vegetables and beans and legumes are a source of gas for so many of us. But bean and veggie gas relief, basically, it's enzymes that simply digest the offending molecules, the fructooligosaccharides that can cause that gas, and in so doing, eliminate the offensive odors for ourselves and for our loved ones.
You said it with such a straight face there, Andrew. I'm very impressed. If you would like to get in on the savings, 6120 or 240 is available.
So basically, Muriel doesn't have to blame Lincoln and Marcel anymore.
For all those reasons as well, it's wonderful and it does absolutely work. It is time now to reveal and unveil our 2 monthly specials, new specials for the month of April. We know that Andrew's world-famous CoQ10 is coming up in about 5 minutes. But first, Andrew, for your April monthly special, one of the new ones, Glutathione, something that's been creating a lot of interest already with your customers.
A lot of excitement. It's been something that's been requested for decades. It's something that I've been looking at for 40 years. But until recently, there really wasn't a form that we were able to validate and to prove that it actually enhances your glutathione levels. I looked at products 20, 30 years ago that were glutathione, certainly, but swallowing the pill didn't enhance my glutathione levels. So until we had something that we could validate that would actually increase or enhance your glutathione levels, we couldn't offer that product. We can now. Ours is also unique in that it also supports your body's natural production of glutathione, because glutathione is basically made of 3 amino acids: glutamic acid, cysteine, and glycine, glycine being the simplest of amino acids. So those 3 amino acids comprise a tripeptide called glutathione. And don't let the simplicity of that explanation that it's just 3 amino acids make you think that it isn't an incredibly special and powerful molecule. It is, and we'll talk about CoQ10 in a moment, because CoQ10 is often referred to as perhaps beyond its absolute essential nature for energy production as one of the most protective compounds in the human body. It still has to take a back seat to glutathione. If we look at the single most important molecule that our body utilizes, all our cells utilize to protect itself, it's glutathione. And as we get older, our levels of glutathione decrease. So that's why for years, I mean, and unfortunately to no avail, for decades, I tried to find a way to deliver it, to enterically protect it, enterically coat it, but I just couldn't find a way until now to deliver the benefits of glutathione. So now you get glutathione, which, as I said, even when you look at the cells in your body, I'd be amazed if any cell in your body could even live without glutathione. I know without question, without glutathione, your liver cells, given all the work, the dirty work they do on our behalf, could not survive moments without glutathione. So again, the single most important protective compound, if you look at the list of protective compounds that our cells utilize, you know, that's considering say vitamin C and vitamin E and CoQ10 and carotenoids and all the different polyphenols out there, and they're all incredibly powerful. There's nothing our body utilizes more to protect itself than glutathione.
Well, pricing on it, because it is our April, one of our 2 April monthly specials. Again, CoQ10 is just about 90 seconds away. 30, 60, 120 or 240, $119.90 for the largest size. It saves you the most amount of money. Andrew, forgive me, would you take one of these per day?
1 capsule per day. That's what the researchers done with, and that's what we formulated. That, unfortunately, it makes it a fairly expensive product. because it gives you more because we're following the research. You could find products on the market that provide a small fraction of these levels. But if you want to be taking a beneficial level, you really need to be at 250 milligrams.
And so beneficial, obviously, for you if you love to follow Andrew. Andrew, the one thing you've always done is, you know, everything is validated by the science. You follow the science. You do not release a product until you know it's absolutely perfect.
No, what I always say, we have one foot in Mother Nature's camp and one foot in the science camp. That what science helps us do is understand Mother Nature and deliver Mother Nature to you. But science doesn't replace Mother Nature. And science really, science is just, science is. Science is what we observe and what we learn from our observations. There's no escaping science. And when it comes to products like this, science is just a wonderful window on how our body works and enables us to provide the tools that our body needs to work even better.
Well, as our grand finale for this particular hour with Andrew live from California, we are excited to share with you the launch of Andrew's other April monthly special, and that is the world's finest CoQ10. When you put this up against any of the CoQ10 that you might find in the vitamin stores or the big box stores, there really is no comparison. It's one of the ones that I have at home and take religiously. April monthly special savings are dramatic, so I'm excited to share that with you. On the largest size, you're saving nearly as much as you're spending. Andrew, it all begins with CoQ10, something that you know, in terms of introducing to America and to the country several years ago, you really set forth on a mission to bring the very best that money could buy.
You must be the master of understatement when you say several years ago. I introduced America to CoQ10 36 years ago.
Seems like yesterday.
Yes, really, it does seem like, to me it seems like yesterday. Now I sound like my parents and grandparents. But it does seem like yesterday, but it was, to my knowledge, long before anyone else. And that's simply because when I started my company, my real goal, we were focused on elite athlete performance, and I was making products for myself because my life was focused on athletics. And CoQ10 is essential for all energy production. So in terms of quality of our life, in terms of optimum functioning of our organs, yes, that's important for all of us, but that's absolutely essential for an athlete because they're pushing the limits of human performance. What we've now realized, aging healthily, that's all about pushing back the limits of human performance because as we age, the limits are encroaching on us, so we want to push them back. And that's what CoQ10 does better than any other single ingredient that I've observed because CoQ10 goes to the very functioning of every system and every organ in our body. If you look at every system in your body, they're all energy dependent. The cells in our body can only function as well as they have adequate energy to do so. So those cells comprise organs, organs comprise systems. So if you want those systems to work at their very best, you need to make sure you're optimizing their ability to produce energy. And there's no better CoQ10 product in the world to potentiate and to optimize that process. Also, as I talked about with glutathione, glutathione is the master protective compound, but CoQ10 is right there with it. And CoQ10 is one of those brilliant designs of Mother Nature that the more you learn about science, many scientists have often said, the more you learn about science, the more you appreciate the brilliance of Mother Nature, the brilliance of the divine blueprint. That I think it was even Albert Einstein or others who said it's not that scientists become atheists, that scientists almost become more religious because you just see the incredible order and how well everything works. CoQ10, it transports electrons. And that's how it produces energy, because the energy we experience is the energy that comes from the potential of those electrons, the difference in electrical potential. But CoQ10 also plays an incredibly important protective role in our cells. Why? Because our cells can be damaged by electrons, free radicals, and the electrons in those free radicals can damage otherwise stable molecules. What is CoQ10? What is its ability not just to transport electrons to create energy, it also has the ability to capture electrons that might otherwise cause damage. So CoQ10 is one of those, like so many wonderful natural ingredients in our body, natural molecules, that has a multitude of benefits that I could spend hours going over the lists of benefits of CoQ10 alone, because the science is probably only scratching the surface of the benefits it delivers. But even just knowing those two basic benefits, all the energy we require, you require CoQ10 to produce it, and also when we look at our cells, the protective role that CoQ10 plays as well.
Well, we're extremely busy, as we knew we would be. You are getting our monthly special CoQ10 at fantastic pricing. So, you know, as we look after ourselves, this is something that I certainly recommend for the far-reaching benefits. And Andrew, there's some reviews out here. I'll read just a couple of them if I may, because this is testament to how good it is.
Just for 1 second before we read the reviews, Adam, I just want to say that there's been a change in CoQ10. I talked about this in October, but the price of CoQ10 has gone up almost 500% since October.
Oh, wow.
And this monthly special price might end up being better than at the end of the year our today's special price. We always do a today's special at the end of the year for CoQ10. I'm hoping it won't be, but the way things have been with CoQ10, it's just been a crazy world. So this is great pricing you get to enjoy now. Hopefully, the pricing will be better for the Today Special at the end of the year, but I'm not sure it will. And I'm not even sure we'll have enough supply for that, but I'm hoping we will.
Well, that's why I think folks are jumping all over it. Again, we have our 4 different sizes available. Most people going for the larger sizes, which is the better value, but we're still under $100 for the 240 caps. I mean, a really great opportunity. You know, we've got over 3,000 reviews. Here is just 3 of them. You're more than welcome to read more online, and I encourage you to do so. Top of the line ingredients. With so many CoQ10 products on the market, this is the finest ingredients that doesn't upset your stomach and boost your energy. I'm a customer for life. Thank you, Andrew, for educating us and bringing the finest products available to HSN. I swear by this supplement. I take this supplement every day and have my elderly mother taking it as well. My mother is on cardiac medication, so I make sure to buy this whenever it is available as a monthly special or today's special. Wonderful supplement if you're feeling sluggish and lethargic. And finally, very happy with this product, says Sandy. My husband and I have been using Andrew's coenzyme Q10 for about 8+ years. It is the best. We will never be without them. I feel the difference products. We are 64 and 68, and we take this for circulatory and cardio health. Thank you, Andrew. There's a lot of different things mentioned, Andrew, in the reviews. I said far and wide-reaching benefits. It seems to affect all of us in so many different ways.
And what's important to note that with many medications, the top side effect is fatigue, a lack of energy. And what's interesting, of course, CoQ10 is necessary for the production of energy. And there are so many medications and drugs that adversely affect, that limit CoQ10 synthesis in your body. As it is, aging limits it enough. We have to contend with that, and that's why fatigue is one of the most basic things we all experience as we get older. But medications like statin drug, cholesterol-lowering drugs, medications like antihypertensives, which are medications for high blood pressure, medications for depression, medications for osteoporosis, bisphosphonates. These medications affect the ability of your body to make what little CoQ10 it can make, and in so doing impacts your body's ability to produce energy and also to protect itself. So again, CoQ10, just the way we live, tends to deprive our body of the CoQ10 it needs, whether it's stress, whether it's aging, whether it's our diet, whether it's health issues. So CoQ10 is incredibly important for all of us as we age, and for all of us if we're taking medications. So it's one of those products that I introduced it 36 years ago, and I would say for the next 10 or 15 years, there was no one else talking about it but me. And now, of course, CoQ10's become a very popular ingredient, but I feel as though we are the most experienced in delivering it to you. That's why our reviews are impeccable. You look at this product, I think 95% of the reviews are positive reviews, and almost 90% of them are 5-star reviews. We're not talking about a few dozen or a few hundred. We're talking about thousands of reviews.
And indeed, from 37 years ago to today, a formula that has changed and evolved over the time. You keep tweaking it, Andrew, so it's as effective as it can possibly be.
Well, that's what we do with all our formulas. That's something that my work is never done. I love what I do. This is my hobby. This is not my job. People always ask me, when am I going to retire? Why haven't I sold my company? Because everyone else who started their company back in the 1970s, like me, have sold their company. it would be like selling Lincoln. I'm not going to sell my dog. So I love what I do, and it gives me pleasure to create products that make a difference in people's lives. And certainly it's not happening now, but I enjoy so much. And if you ever see me out, we'll all eventually be out again. If you see me at the supermarket, you see me at the gym, wherever it might be, never hesitate to talk to me about the products. Nothing makes me feel better about what I do than getting feedback about the products.
Well, Andrew, I have enjoyed, as I always do, this hour immensely with you. We'll see you, I believe, is it next week?
You'll see us next week, our normal times next week. Things are crazy in the world, but we'll still be here. We'll be Skyping from right here.
Thank you, Andrew. Stay safe, happy and well. We appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of our show. The hour's over. Stay tuned. A new Today special. Good night, everybody.